Welcome to the Two Guys in a Cooler channel. My name is Eric. Today's video, we're going to be talking about black garlic soap. This soap is incredible. It's creamy, it lathers well, it's nice and firm, it conditions and moisturizes, and I think you're going to love it. So this all-natural soap we're going to do in two stages. The first stage is going to be the first layer, which is going to be black garlic. And so we're going to weigh out our black garlic powder and get our oils together. Our oils in this situation are going to be coconut oil, palm oil, and olive oil. I'm going to put a couple different recipes depending on what oils you might have on hand. I'm going to heat that oil up to about 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I'm going to get my lye solution ready. So I'm using cold distilled water, and I'm using granulated sodium hydroxide. I'm going to pour the sodium hydroxide into the water, give it a stir, and a chemical reaction is going to take place. So make sure you do this in a well-ventilated area. But as soon as your water turns crystal clear and the temperature is reduced to 130 degrees, go ahead and pour that into your oil. And that's what we're doing here. Once your oil and lye solution has been mixed together, we want to emulsify that. I'm using an immersion blender, and with this immersion blender, I'm going to be stirring it, and then incrementally, I'm going to be turning it on and off. If I mix it too much, it gets too thick. And so this particular step in soap making language is called a trace. So I'm making a heavy trace, meaning my mix is going to look a lot more like pudding. Once I've got that split, and I basically just split that liquid into 2 cups, I'm going to pour my black garlic powder into one of them. Because what I want to do is I want to create layers and make a really beautiful design. This particular black garlic soap is a delicate balance of oils as well as vegetables to create really the perfect soap that not only does a great job cleaning, but also has these incredible health benefits. So with one bottle having black garlic in it and the other bottle being more neutral, we're just going to start to create layers. Now, however you do this is completely up to you. You can technically just dump the entire mix in there and you've got black garlic soap. But what we want to do is we want to make it a little bit more creative. And so what I'm doing is I'm creating rows at the bottom, and then I'm going to just splash some right on the very top. And because my trace is so thick, because my soap is so thick, I'm going to be able to create these really cool peaks and valleys within the soap itself that's going to create neat designs whenever we cut into them. So we're going to cover this, set it to the side, and get our next layer ready. The next layer is going to be beets and turmeric powder. Now, both of these are organic. I ground them myself, and we're going to go ahead and do literally the exact same thing. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and get our trace to more of a light trace. So that means it's not going to be nearly as thick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate a little bit of liquid and put beet powder in there, and a little bit of liquid and put turmeric powder. I'm going to add both of those back to the original batch. And at this point, it's just about creativity. Really, all of this is fluff in the grand scheme of things, because if I just mixed it all together, you would get the exact same healing benefits that this provides. Because my mixture is so thin, it's going to really fill in all those nooks and crannies that I've developed. And what we're going to do is we're just going to very delicately pour all of that right back into it. You could see the beet, you could see the turmeric. I'm just going to make sure that all the little pieces on top have some kind of a cool design. And then I'm going to wrap it with saran wrap and let it set up for about 24 hours. 24 hours later, this is what it's going to look like. And all I'm doing is I'm separating the sides from my mold so that it comes out fairly easy. And here's the bottom. All right, so this is the black garlic and neutral soap. The other side is going to be the turmeric and beet soap. And let me tell you, the health benefits are absolutely crazy with this particular product, because black garlic boosts circulation, it enhances testosterone, it really is an immune booster, it's anti-inflammatory. It gives you better looking skin, better looking hair, whereas turmeric improves brain function, also anti-inflammatory, Alzheimer's preventer, cancer preventer. And then you've got beets, which is anti-cancer, brain health, blood pressure, inflammation, you name it. The trifecta of these in a soap that is so beneficial is just absolutely incredible and so easy to make. So while my soap is soft, I'm going to go ahead and cut it up into little blocks. Now, I DIY'd this particular cutter, and it's basically a guitar string and some corks. But since I've made this soap, I have acquired a loaf slicer and an actual bar cutter, which is absolutely amazing. If you want to see my recommendation, it's in the description box below. And now that my pieces are cut, we're going to go ahead and let those cure for anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks before we use them. And that's how you make black garlic soap with turmeric and beet. If you have any questions about this particular project, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I read every comment and respond to every one. And if you're new, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you can see more cool projects like this one. If you want to see more soap projects, give this video a like because there is lots more where this came from. See you around.